Right, so this is a review, and it's something that I've been waiting for, and technically over here isn't out yet. It's supposed to be out next month. So this is what I've got from the Legacy line that is coming out, and it is Black Zarak. So the box has him on it, Legacy at the top, Decepticon logo at the side, and that is it for the box. It's literally a giant Generation Select box with nothing on it. So let's bring him in. I'll have to do it piece by piece. So I'll just get him now because he is big. Ugh. Being a Titan. So that is Black Zarak. If I bring him down, you'll be able to see the head sculpt. Now, he has got something I really don't like that Scorponok didn't have. That is the waist and the thigh pins for the headmaster. They left it exposed. So this guy is a direct repaint of Scorponok. He does come with his spear, which is about the same size as his. And he can hold it by using these little grooves down the pole. So he does transform. So I will start his transformation. I'll transform him through into Scorpion mode, and then from Scorpion mode to his base mode, because it'll be the easiest way. So if I put him down there, I'll start with the head. So the head has a new transformation for Scorpion mode, where you have to pull out the sides so you can free the centre piece here. There is a panel there that you need to flip out. So that then just folds down and covers the face, like so. And that is the head for the Scorpion. I mean, I wish they'd created a panel to cover that, but yeah. The pincers are nice though. Definitely better than the pincers on Scorponok. So I'll come back to the main body. And unlike my copy of Scorponok, this figure actually has a backpack that does attach. So I don't have to worry about that falling off. I couldn't do that with Scorponok. It didn't actually attach at all. Probably should have used a table or something, because this is going to get quite difficult. Also, on my copy of Black Zarak, he's got really soft shoulder ratchets. Well, it doesn't actually ratchet at all, it's too soft to do anything. So the body is exactly the same transformation as Scorponok. But there is a thing that you have to really be careful with. And it is these. Like Scorponok, they attach into the side of the toes. Be careful when you fit them, because I have actually stripped the paint on the pegs. As you can see right here, there's the black line down it, because it's actually a black piece painted gold. I'll strip the paint. So either be careful putting them on, or try and take the paint off, because you're just going to strip it anyway like that. Or don't put the peg the entire way into the hole, because that will then get stuck. Right, so I'll lock the legs in place. This is getting quite difficult. Now, one thing I do like is they have incorporated his spear into the transformation, which I'll get to in a sec, if I can get this to actually align. Ooh. I keep untabbing it at the body, which I don't want to do. This is getting really difficult now. Oh, I see what happened. Right. So that is your basic scorpion body. I will now fit the head, which goes in upside down compared to the scorpion mode for Scorponok, because you have to rotate the head backwards for Scorponok. This guy, you leave him in his robot mode position, but with the visor flipped down. So if I lift him, as you can see, that is where the face is. Oh, right. So if I just move the scorpion toes so that they're correct, I'll fit all the accessories. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a table to put him down, so I'm actually struggling. But then again, when I did Scorponok, I didn't have a table either. So this is the bit you've got to be careful with. Those two pegs go into these two holes. And because it's painted, it puts up a fight. I can't get that in any further. Right, now I come to the spear, which will separate in the middle, like so. Then you want... oh, which bit do I need? To take that so this is the tail stinger. Just tabs there on the tail. That piece will tab to the side here. There is a little hole somewhere. There it is. So that'll just tab there. And then coming to the other side, find the other one. Like so. So that is your Scorpion mode for Black Zarak. He feels bigger than Scorponok. He looks bigger than Scorponok when stood side by side, but he's not. It's due to the colours used. It makes it look bigger than it is. So I'll show you just how big he is, holding him up. He is fairly large. Now, to the bottom, I have had to fold the panel in so I can hold it, but there is a panel there that does fold down. I can just pop it out. Oh no. And I've just dislodged the tail. Right, there we go. So try it again. There you go. That's the panel folded down, fills the gap. So, if I take everything off, tails, without taking the tip of the tail off too. Not done that before. So I fold it all up, take off the accessories, and we'll transform into base mode. It's fairly simple to do, but there is a difference. This does not store in base mode like Scorponok's did, because the pincers are way too big. So what they tell you to do is transform that into its robot mode, which is a bit of a shame, because I wanted to incorporate it and you can't. So fighting these pieces off, you just have to wiggle it until it pops off, but also strips the paint. So what I'll do now is straighten the Scorpion legs and untab the tail. Untab the legs so you can actually move them. Straighten the legs because you need to get him to do the splits. Then you can bring this section up. Oh no. I see what's happened here. I have somehow dislodged the ramp section at the body. That's something new that I've got to watch out for. So, turns out the hinge attaches to the body on a double mushroom peg. Right. Ow. So the spear has its own configuration as well, which just then tabs into the arms, like so. It's exactly the same base mode as Scorponok, so just so you know what to expect. The only difference between this and Scorponok, other than the paint, is the head. Nothing else is different. So that is him in base mode. Let me just move it. Base mode. So you can actually see, you do get the little headmaster still, which is pretty cool. So I'll have him stood there at the front on the little pegs. Now I have had this guy in base mode earlier, connected to Omega and Scorponok, and it's around 2 meters, or just over 2 meters. So it's not a bad base mode. Feels kind of repetitive. I do have a wish that they redid the claws, maybe a different style, or had the claw cut differently, because it's the same jagged cut that Scorponok had, or having a way to incorporate this into base mode. Again, be careful with the red paint on the head because it chips, which they don't actually tell you. The only other difference is he comes with a spear. So it's up to you to actually decide whether or not he's worth it. Personally, robot mode, yes. Base mode, no. For base mode, I prefer Scorponok. So I'm just going to transform him back. Definitely going to get some upgrades for this guy. They've done a strike counter for the inside of the chest, which is a new upgrade. Just changes one panel. And is basically an homage to the original G1 toy. One thing I do like though is that the Scorpion mode legs actually become internal to the body. They fold in completely and are hidden. You have to make sure you got the toes done correctly. And for some reason this panel doesn't like to stay in. That's a design flaw. So it's warped and doesn't actually sit flush. So maybe there is another bit of redesigning that they've done, because it doesn't sit as well as Sculpt. So just fold up the backpack, which will sit flush on his back. Again, sits better than Sculpt did because mine didn't attach. Make sure you flip out his toes. Alright, so again, you've got to put the head panel back. So just pull out the sides of the head so you can get to the panel. Fold this bit in and then try and just wiggle it down. So you can line it up with the slot in the head. Like so. And just squeeze it all together. Which reveals the face. Now he has got really nice purple painted eyes. Whereas Sculpt had green eyes but had a visor. So that is his head refitted. He does have that same neck brace around the back of the head that Sculpt had. So I've got to refit the panels, which just go onto the legs. These do also become one half of his shield, which I haven't shown, because I just haven't thought he really needed a shield. I mean, he's got a spear. Attach his cannons. Small shield piece will be on his back. So if I stand, no, actually no, I'll lay him here, because I have to rebuild this. So that is the Tyrant Spear. It is pretty heavy though. It is just cast plastic, unpainted. But they did also release Black Zarak as well. So if you wanted a robot that turns into a spear, you can get him too. And it can be held if tabbed in correctly. Like so. You can hold that really nicely. That's not going anywhere. So that is him with his spear. Now he is heavy, he weighs about 10 kilograms. Slightly more than Scorponok, who was 9.5. So that is my review of Black Zarak. I mean, robot mode is brilliant. Couple of issues with the ratchets in the shoulders because they are way too soft. So I have to probably mend that. The overall finish of him, I thought he'd be a more shiny plastic like Scorponok had. But no, they have done the matte look to him, which actually is pretty good. Overall, for the price of this guy, just having him in Scorpion mode and Robot mode, it's up to you to decide whether or not it's worth it. I mean, base mode isn't that great, but it is what it is. So thank you for watching. This has been the new Legacy Black Zarak. I'll be back again sometime with another review. See ya!